Yeah, I mean, I don't think UWW is looking at our scholastic season and making decisions after that, right? I mean,
Right.
So I think they're looking just it's the end of the year. It's a team championship, and it's a way to end the year and move into the new year. So I think we're going to have to adjust, on how we prepare and our periodization and things like that if we want to be a part of this and be successful.
Is that part of the problem too? I mean, this is out of cycle for the wrestlers too, isn't it? As far as a training cycle?
Well, it's been a period where the athletes could rest a little bit, right, and recover, and then get geared back up, starting in January, and that's why you see a lot of our veterans that aren't here right now, is because they just wanted that time. They've wrestled an Olympic Games and 2 World Championships in the last, 14, 16 months, right?
Right.
And so they just needed time away, and we get graded mostly on World Championships and Olympic Games, right? That's how we make a living. So and that's how they do too, right?
Right.
So I think that's why for them it wasn't. They know it's important. They'd like to be a part of it, but not at the detriment of their own World Olympic aspirations. Right?
You see that changing too? You said you think it's here to stay. The World Cup's in December.
I do.
To stay.
I mean, we're gonna have to change how we think about the year and the programming and just our periodization. If we want to win this event, we're gonna have to make it an important piece of that and help the athletes see the value in it. Right? I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's an individual sport, and they're at this level and the international level, and they're in it for their own accolades right now, and so it's hard for them to see the value, the true value in maybe mixing up their periodization and their training plan and their rest plan and fitting this in right now. So we got some work to do on making that important. I mean, I think they all love the event. The World Cup has always been an easy thing for us, and in prior years it's been an easy thing for us to get athletes to be a part of. But because of the timing of it, I think that was the biggest thing.
Was it harder this year in 2022 because we wrestled so well at the Worlds, as opposed to if let's say we had a mediocre or a poor Worlds performance and they were hungry to come out and
No, I don't think
event?
so. I don't think it's anything like that. I mean, I just think that we have some seasoned veterans that are 28, 30 years old, right? And they're looking at, 23 and 24, right? And that's the most important thing to them, right? And they don't want to mix that up right now for this event.
So we send our 18-year-old out there and gets the first win for us. Talk about how to be proud of her.
Well, she's special. I mean, there's no doubt. I mean, Elor is a name that we're going to hear for a long time, right? And we'll talk about for the ages, right? I mean, she's one of those generational talents that doesn't come around very often, and she showed it today. Just in her toughness and her solid positioning, and for her not to give up points in that slide by was unbelievable, right? For her to come out and not give those points up, but very hard to score, right? And it didn't surprise me at all. I mean, that's what we expected, but a typical mediocre match.
As you as a coach, you talked about you guys are all going to have to adjust. Is it also difficult for you as a coach to get up for events out of cycle, out of the norm?
Well, it's the World Cup, so for me as a coach, it's easy to see the importance of this event, but again, it's an individual sport for the most part at this level, right? And we were once a year they have a World Cup where it becomes a team event. I think for the athletes, it's hard to click into that a little bit, right? And so, it's not like a college team or a high school team where we're together every day and things like that. I mean, for the most part, we have a core group of girls in Colorado Springs, but we also have a lot of girls training around the country, and they come together for camps, but it's not like a team aspect every single day of the week, right? And so it's just a different mindset.
But you got to like events like this because you do get them together for once, and you get to see them, and you get to see some of your younger talent too, right? Something like this.
Yeah, and the important. I mean, we had Ukraine and Kazakhstan training with us before the event for 10 days. We stay here afterwards. We're here all week next week with all the World Cup teams, except for Japan, who has their national championship in a couple weeks. But everyone else is staying for another 5 days of camp and training camp. So
Here in Iowa City?
here in Carver, right?
Oh, okay.
So we'll have about 100, 110 girls here in training, for the next week. So
that's gonna be fun.
So that's there's some value in that because we can get our younger athletes some touches with this foreign, the different fields. China has a completely different field than the rest of the world, and Europe brings a different feel to their wrestling, and so we get to get a lot of our girls that kind of experience, which is invaluable.
So you'll all be together? I mean, you're all going to fit in the wrestling room there? Or?
we're gonna be crammed in, but yeah, we're gonna fit in. So we might have to go half on, half off, things like that. But that's what it's gonna be good. It'll be a good week.
Oh yeah.
How about Diamond's match? I mean, she came out with energy and was able to get points.
I thought really a smart match in Diamond's part. Really great positioning. She was patient, but yet kept China off balance a little bit, and with her fakes and her shots, and then just waited for the right opportunity to score points, and thought it was a really smart match. And she's growing a lot in her positioning, her mat positioning, not just positioning with her technique, but where she is on that mat, not being close to the edge of the mat and getting driven out of bounds and things like that. So I thought it was a lot of growth from her. Right, from this whole year. I mean, if you look back a year, she made a world team. She won a U23 world medal, and now she wins the first match at the World Cup. So, a lot of growth for her over the last 12 months, for sure.
You have a different set of girls wrestling the next match in most weights, right?
Right.
Will there be a different spirit from this group? I mean, after not competing in this one where we didn't do as well as we like to.
So, right? We're here to win dual meets, right? And if we're going to wrestle tomorrow, we have to win a dual meet tonight. So it's not going to be easy. I mean, we have the all-stars from around the world, right? So we're going to have to come out and compete hard. But again, we'll see where we're at. We'll see where we're at as a group. China definitely brings a different challenge, right? They have a different style of wrestling that we just don't get to see and feel very often. But I think tonight will be an exciting match.
What did you see specifically from the new